same thing. It's let's give me a list.
We know that any virtue which does not occasion humility is incomplete. Our hope is that today's graduating seniors become mindful of all they have been given, that is, of their many talents and of their ability to develop those talents. May they be mindful of their teachers, of their friends, of their families, of their ancestors. And may their lives become the best hopes of those who love them. Amen. Please be seated.
Welcome here today to Westover's graduation ceremony, the 109th in our history. And we're delighted. Yeah, go ahead and applaud. It's quite an achievement. And I want to say there were many hours spent contemplating a rain plan or a drizzle plan, so I am so delighted we're sitting here under the sunny skies. And I know that for the parents and families and friends of our graduates, you are suspended between pride and disbelief. It seems impossible that the child in your mind is really the accomplished young woman who is sitting here before you. This is indeed the case, and this is her day. Our task is to celebrate her triumphs. To join me in my welcome, I would like to introduce Susan Clark, President of the Board of Trustees. The first part of the graduation program is the awarding of the prizes. On behalf of the faculty and with the assistance of President Clark, I am pleased to make the presentations. The departmental scholarship prizes for our outstanding scholarship. The Elizabeth Hosmer Kellogg Prize for Excellence in English goes to Jin Dunbar. The Elizabeth Wade White Prize for Excellence in English goes to Iyue Wong. The Julie P. McClintock Prize for Excellence in French goes to Yian Wu. The Elizabeth Ross Cushman Prize in Classical Language for Excellence in Latin goes to Tegan McBride. The Linda Summers Smith Prize for Excellence in Spanish goes to Eva Familia. The William Warren Barber and Elizabeth Barber Higgins Class of 40 Prize for Excellence in History goes to Emma Juvan. The Frederick J. Kingsbury Prize for Excellence in United States History goes to Leah Proctor. The Jane Wells Cheever Prize for Excellence in Science goes to Mira Subramanian. The Julius B. Smith Prize for Excellence in Mathematics goes to Iwe Wong. The Francis Sortwell Perry Prize in the History of Fine Arts for Excellence in Art History goes to Madison Hurtgen. The Gail Whitney Stir Prize for Excellence in Studio Art goes to Elizabeth Cook. The Music Prize for Excellence in Music and Outstanding Contribution to Music at Westover goes to Molly Galusha. The last 5 prizes recognize some of the personal qualities we believe essential. The Ellen Kane McGinnis Prize to a junior developing independence of spirit, sense of humor, courage, and life of love for herself and others goes to Elizabeth Cook. The Louise Bulkley Dillingham Prize to a student who has exemplified integrity goes to Sophia Andrew. The Westover Parents Association Prize to a senior for valuable contribution to school life goes to Tegan McBride. The Mr. and Mrs. Harry Webster Walker II Community Service Prize to a senior for outstanding service to the wider community goes to Sophia Pellegrini. And our final prize is the Mary Robbins Hillard Prize to a senior who, through leadership, has shown qualities of initiative, perseverance, and courage. And that award goes to Lauren Boucher. So now it's time for our student speaker. Each year, the senior class chooses one member to speak for the class. This year, I am pleased to introduce Gibberly Sandoval. Gibberly, I have a few more wonderful things to say about you. Gibberly is from Lawrence, Massachusetts, and has been at Westover for 4 years. During her time on campus, Gibberly was an active participant in many facets of school life. She made her mark on the squash court, becoming captain of the team as a senior, and was the recipient of the Tin Mug Squash Award at our orchard ceremony yesterday. She was head of our Westover African Latina Student Association, better known around here as WALSA, helping to organize our annual Colores Festival and discussions on race and social issues happening in America. And Gibberly shared her incredible writing talents with us on campus, as well as with our neighboring school, Chase Collegiate, where she collaborated with a faculty member to assist with creative writing courses at Chase and in the greater Waterbury community. As WALSA advisor Eric Matthews said, Gibberly has been a wonderful leader for WALSA. She is empathetic, intelligent, and personable. She is quick to be a listening ear and a helping hand. As a talented writer, she often shares her slam poetry with the community. Her energy and enthusiasm will be greatly missed. And here now, Gibberly Sandoval.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Falstick, Ms. Clark, Ms. Simmons, parents, faculty, students, and especially the class of 2018. To begin, I wanted to extend a few thank yous. Thank you to my best friends for keeping my world spinning and always giving me reasons to stick it out. Thank you to my parents, to my friends' parents for everything you do. Okay. Thank you to my teachers for never giving up on me. Thank you to Laura, my advisor, for getting me in line and motivating me to do better. Thank you to Kate, Jill, and Eric in the Raisin Center for all the support you've given me and all the students that frequent the office. You guys have truly helped me find my voice. Thank you to my dorm parents, Sam, my BFF, and Maggie, my cousin, for making proctoring just as much fun as the students did. Thank you to my coaches at Squash Busters Lawrence for supporting me through this whole journey and never forgetting me. And lastly, thank you, Mommy and Papi. I hope I've made you proud and I've grown into the woman you were hoping I'd become. What I have become began with you when we left Lawrence, Mass. in 2014. This car trip began my 4-year Westover journey. It started with me being naive and thinking I was ready for the numerous changes I would have to undergo and the growth that would come from being away from home. I thought I'd be able to stride through that green door and instantly be at home. Okay. Safe in my sheets and around the girls I'd call my sisters for the next 4 years. However, I seriously underestimated how terrible I was at new beginnings. It was move-in day in early September 2014, and the sun was beating down on me like I owed her money, burning my skin to a crisp and making my sweat glands work overtime. As we carried box after box into my new room, I kept looking over at my mother, and every time I looked at her, she was crying. Hot and angry tears just pouring down her face. She cried in the cramped car right here, she cried as soon as we got into the building, and she cried when she had to say goodbye. Now, I'm not gonna front and act like I didn't cry with her because I was a hot, blubbering mess. Actually, my entire family was a hot, blubbering mess. We cried and cried and cried until all the families had left Red Hall and we were just there in a circle making a puddle with our tears. I remember Leah's dad saying, "She's not going to war, she'll be okay." After they were gone, I was left with this queasy feeling in my stomach. I was thinking about the guilt that came from leaving everyone I knew behind, and I couldn't even hang out with anyone to distract me from that feeling because I had no friends. I was sure I had been branded as the blubbering girl. But I was very wrong, again. When school started, I kept saying to myself that I probably wouldn't make any friends because I'm strange and I like One Direction and I'm kind of funny, but in the dry way where I'm just funny enough for you to laugh, for you to chuckle, but not cackle or do any other weird noise that can pass as a laugh. But then I remembered that I was a brand new freshman in high school and most of these girls were probably feeling the same way as I was, so then I just made some friends. I put myself out there, which is something that is very important when you're in a very new and very unfamiliar space. So then things were good. I had really awesome friends. I didn't cry on FaceTime with my parents anymore. I was happy, and things were good, until eventually they weren't. But by that I mean you go through experiences here away from your family and your childhood friends that may complicate things. Things like heartbreak, loss, injury, in my case, all 3, junior year, when everyone else's junior year was tanking. It feels like our lives just synced up. But we always have each other, and your friends here really become your family. When I lost one of my best friends from home, Lee, junior year, I felt as though I was back at the Arlington school and the brick walls would cave in and I would be left in the rubble. But my friends here, my sisters, I should say, reminded me that all hope was not lost and there is power in time and healing. They helped take some of that pain away, and for that, I am eternally grateful. Because we always have each other's backs, and when someone is down, it's a team effort to get them back up. So with all of this, what am I trying to say? And I'm looking at you, underclassmen. You have to put yourself out there. You have to take charge, and you have to make this place yours. When I started school here, I preferred to lay low and watch others use their voice to take them where they wanted to be. Never in a million years did I think I would be giving a talk like this to so many people, but I pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I read my poems out loud, gave a few chapel talks, and immersed myself in this community. Now, you don't have to do all of that to make your presence known, but use this time to figure out what sets you apart from the rest and let that propel you for the time you have left here. And to my classmates, we are embarking on a new 4-year adventure. College is no joke, ladies. We have to take this time to better ourselves, love ourselves, and make our mark. Starting over in a new place is scary, as I would know. We've got to find new friends, get comfortable around new faculty and new classes, and possibly be even farther from our families. But we will be here for each other every step of the way. So be prepared to lean on each other through the next set of hard times that may fall on us, because sisters were made to be here through it all. But try not to forget all that we've experienced here. Like freshman year rallying and the intensity of our singing. Honestly, I don't think Westover had seen a brighter-eyed group of girls. Sophomore year antics, the magician, and always being at social events. Our junior year group struggles and pulling ourselves out of them. Senior year rallying and finishing what we started, class meetings. Dinner conversations that would see us staying in the dining hall until like 8:30 p.m. when none of us had even touched our homework. Karaoke after Brownstone, and finally, after 4 long, drawn-out years, graduation. And I can say with great pride that we are a group of strong, badass women who are ready to make big things happen for ourselves as well as for those around us who may not know the power of their voice. So thank you once again, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you, Gibberly, for that inspiring and eloquent speech. So now I'm pleased to introduce Dr. Dina Simmons, the Assistant Director of the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence and a member of Westover School's class of 2001, as our commencement speaker. Dr. Simmons is a lifelong activist, educator, and student of life. As the Assistant Director of the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence, she supports schools to use the power of emotions to create a more compassionate and just society. Prior to her work at the center, Dina served as an educator, teacher educator, diversity facilitator, and curriculum developer. She has been a leading voice on teacher education and has written and spoken about social justice pedagogy, diversity, education reform, emotional intelligence, and bullying in the K-12 school settings, giving presentations across the country at the White House, the inaugural Obama Foundation Summit, the United Nations, 2 TEDx talks, and a TED Talk on Broadway. Dr. Simmons has been profiled in Education Week, the Huffington Post, NPR, the AOL PBS project Makers, Women Who Make America, and a Beacon Press book, Do It Anyway, The New Generation of Activists. She is a recipient of a Harry S. Truman Scholarship and a J. William Fulbright Fellowship, among many others. She earned her doctorate degree from Teachers College, Columbia University, and I am proud to introduce Dr. Dina Simmons.
Thank you very much. I always have to put it down. I still have not grown since I left here. How is everyone feeling today? Class of 2018, how are you all feeling? See, now, I can't come here from the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence without asking that question. But truly, graduates, I hope that you are content and elated by everything you have accomplished to get to this point today. And thank you for the invitation to be your commencement speaker, to the heads of schools who wrote me that very sweet note. Heart. And I also want to thank the faculty and staff who were part of my Westover experience. And while I am giving thanks, I want to give a quick shout out to Westover's head of school, Julie, for her leadership and vision, and also for bearing with my mother, who has since retired twice from Westover and is still working here. Honestly, I just do not think you all could get rid of her. Now but as I reflect on my journey, the one that got me to where I am today, I realized that it starts with my mother. So today, as I share a bit about my own journey, I will also share a bit about my mother's. You see, my mother, who's probably hiding somewhere right now, she arrived at JFK Airport when she was 18 years old with $25 in her pocket from the small island of Antigua, alone and ready to embark on a new life in a new country. In many ways, the United States was my mother's North Star. Although most people travel to Antigua for a slice of paradise, it was far from that for her. When my mother was 7, her mother dropped her off at her father and stepmother's house. Without getting into too much detail, you can say that my mother's experience in that house was similar to Cinderella's. Eventually, my mother left that house, connected with people that could help her, and worked her way to Long Island, New York, where she started babysitting other people's children. In the 60s, it was one of the few options for a Black immigrant woman without a green card. During these years, my mother learned about boarding schools and the privileges that came with them. And she told herself that if she had children, they would go to boarding school. And they would one day rub elbows with people like the ones whose children for whom she cared. My ever-resourceful mother went from home to home to home for better pay and saved up enough money for her very own one-bedroom apartment in the Bronx, where she raised my 2 sisters and me. Anyone from the Bronx here? Yes, BX all day, every day, yes. My journey began in that apartment on 183rd and Creston Avenue. I loved our neighborhood. It was lively. There was always merengue music blasting, neighbors socializing on building stoops, and animated conversations over domino playing. It was home, and it was sweet, but it was not simple. In fact, every time we told our classmates where we lived, they'd be like, yo, you from the Buddha spot? And in fact, it was where people came to buy weed and other drugs, and with drug dealing comes conflict, so we often went to sleep to the sound of gunshots. And for some reason, in 3rd grade, every time I heard the beginning of the 10 p.m. news, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? I would become overwhelmed with such fear and anxiety that I vomited each night that year because I knew what often followed was bad news about where we lived. I spent much of my childhood worried about my safety, and so did our mother. She worried that the violence we witnessed would overtake our lives, that our poverty meant that the neighbors with whom we lived and shared space would harm us. Our entire lives were in the Bronx, but my mother's anxieties spurred her into action, and soon we were driving so fast to Connecticut, to boarding school campuses with full scholarships in tow. Man, do not underestimate the power of a mother determined to keep her children safe. When my twin sister Dana, who was also a graduate of Westover, and I arrived here, we carried with us not only our dreams, but also the dreams of our mother, who wanted nothing more than for her children to have a better life than she did. Westover was a place our dreams could live and thrive. At Westover, for the first time, I was able to sleep without worry. I could walk barefoot in the grass, look up to see a night sky full of stars, and I could leave my dorm room unlocked. These were happy novelties for me, but there were other novelties as well. I learned that I did not speak the right way, dress the right way, or act the right way. I was either too much or too little. As a Black girl who grew up in an economically deprived inner city, Westover was not a giving, it was a gift. Not everyone has the privilege to receive an education like the one you receive at Westover, and I am forever, forever grateful for the education I received here, the friends I've made, the access to superb learning resources, and the pedigree that opened doors for me. My time here was not perfect. The scars that bled with each microaggression, each lowered expectation, each condescending remark motivate me to do the work I do for educational equity. for schools to guarantee the safety for young people to learn in the comfort of their own skin. At 14 years old, when I did not feel good enough, smart enough, or pretty enough, I would have never imagined graduating from a college, receiving numerous national fellowships, traveling all over the world, giving several TED Talks, speaking at the UN, the White House, the Obama Foundation Summit, and numerous other venues, or becoming a teacher in the Bronx, a place my family and I tried so hard to leave. I did all of this and more, and there is still so much I want to accomplish. I have come a long way from that stoop at 2315 Creston Avenue. My journey to where I am was not easy, and class of 2018, yours will not be either. If you are from a marginalized background, it will be even more difficult, just like it was for me. I am not saying this to discourage you. Rather, I want you to be prepared for the world as it is, imperfect and at the same time full of opportunity. I challenge you to have high expectations for yourselves, even when no one else believes in you. And you know, I wish I would have listened to this advice. I came to Westover wanting to be a professional basketball player. I mean, y'all, I could have been in the WNBA. I mean, look. But fortunately, I turned out okay. So demand what you deserve despite society and all of its flaws. Be unapologetically you. And the people around you will have no choice but to love you. And if they don't, well, that's their loss. Instead of letting difficult moments bring you down, use them as the tremendous learning opportunities that they prove to be. Motivate yourself by these moments. You will be surprised by how much fight you have in you. And those of you who have access to opportunities, to privilege, to better, and to more, I call on you to consider what you are willing to give up so that someone else can have an easier journey. If you remember one thing today, remember this question: what are you willing to give up for greater equity? And though my journey was not easy, I had numerous mentors, educators, and friends and family, especially my mother, who pushed me beyond my own expectations. None of us get to where we are going alone. My mother had help, and so did I. So focus your energy on people who uplift you, who stand by you when you are at your worst, and who are honest with you even when the truth is difficult to swallow. We need people like this in our lives to push us to be better. Build your tribe, make time for them, and be sure to thank them today. They helped you to be where you are right now. Today, as I stand here, I am that critical friend to Westover, being honest about my experiences of belonging so that Westover could continue to provide a superb education in ways that allow all types of students to thrive in their authenticity. Class of 2018, you will soon be standing and traveling to somewhere new, a new dorm, a new town, a new country, just like my mother was so many years ago. Look at the life she created for herself and for her daughters with tenacity, determination, and belief in something better out there for her. I want that for you. As I close today, I want to share with you one of my favorite quotations. And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Graduates, the world needs you. We need your genius, your generosity, your empathy. We need your creativity, your honest passion, and your courageous authenticity. There is so much work to do, and if I had to leave that work in anyone's hands, it is in the hands of a Westover student. May you thrive, may you flourish, and may you blossom. Thank you.
Now, with the assistance of Ms. Clark and Mr. Hildebrand, and on behalf of the faculty and the Board of Trustees, It is my pleasure to award Westover diplomas to the graduating class. Would you please hold your applause until the last student in each row has received her diploma.
Lauren Marie Boucher.
I know you said you didn't want a hug. You're getting one.
Dulcine Tuza. Ireland Beignet Thompson. Madison Elizabeth Hurtgen. Sophia Elizabeth Andrew. Tegan Ann McBride. Clara Jane Perrine. Jin Catherine Dunbar. Sarah Grace Wojak. Molly Elizabeth Galusha. And Gibberly Sandoval. Shan Chan Chan. Maiko Shimura. Zin Ku. Yoon Jung Julia Wong. Christine Elizabeth Nyo Dongo. Meredith Ellen Moore. Emily Marion Desjardins. Sophia Lee Pellegrini. Cassandra Josephine Lechner. Madeline Kavanaugh Steele. And Zola Grace Bernardi. Jacqueline Rose DeSantis. Lilia Jean Gardner. Gabriella Kathleen Dunn. Lydia Marie Mahan. Huishan Shi. Ava Claire Familia. Ewing Wu. Madison Rayanne Burns. Eleanor Logan Finnegan. Grace Christine Bollard. And Leah Gabrielle Dion Proctor. Hannah Erin Geary. Amodini Katoch. Miriam Chowdhury. Iyue Wong. Olivia Marie Senna. Mira Subramanian. Regina Chaley McAdam. Julia Ray Kenny. Madeline Joyce McKenna. And Catherine Scott McLaren. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Back row's not ready. It is now my distinct pleasure to present the class of 2018.
The benediction and the school anthem takes place on the athletic field behind me. It is our graduation circle, a tradition as old as the school. The images of unity and community, of wholeness and belonging are uniquely Westover. The best vantage point for viewing the circle is on the arcade towards the Louise B. Dillingham Performing Arts Center. To get there, exit from the quad on my left. The ceremony can also be seen from the embankment directly behind me. Please take your belongings with you, as the chairs will be taken down while you are viewing our graduation circle. And then after the graduation circle, I am pleased to invite all members of the community and our guests to Lee House across the field for a celebratory luncheon. So now is my charge to the class of 2018. And it feels a little weird to be talking in that direction, but you know I'm talking to you. To the young women of the 2018 graduating class at Westover, congratulations. Revel in this moment of triumph. Your Westover journey has been challenging and enriching, complex and joyful. Think of all you have achieved. Think of all the times you surprised yourself. Think of that one person you thought you would never be friends with, but now you can't imagine your life without. You were a class that has been part of change, and you have made change. You were inspiring the class of 2019 to continue in your footsteps, embracing their authority and stepping into their confidence. You are entering a world that is in a state of change on many fronts. You are also entering a time of unprecedented opportunity for women. Recently, a parent of an incoming Westover student said to me, "I really believe the future of the planet is in the hands of the women of the world." This opportunity is waiting for you to reach out and take it. In taking this opportunity, embrace not only your authority, but also your humanity. Authority and humanity are not mutually exclusive. Girls are socialized to be conscious of the feelings of others. This is not a weakness, but a strength. It takes energy and time and patience and effort to connect with others in a genuine way. And sometimes this is scary because to genuinely connect, it means you have to make yourself vulnerable. But to be vulnerable is the basis of true power, the power to understand yourself, to see yourself reflected in the eyes of others, and understanding yourself, your power, and your vulnerability just enhances your ability to lead. Embrace not only your power, but your compassion. We are all imperfect. I have seen all of you at various events trying to get that perfect selfie to post on Instagram. And I worry that your concern is that you want other people to see you as perfect. To have compassion is to embrace your imperfections and forgive those of others. To spend time in the pursuit of perfection makes you hard on yourself as well as hard on others. Embrace not only your individuality, but your sisterhood. Women need to support women and work together rather than to compete against one another. We have the potential to be each other's biggest cheerleaders. The world will often work to divide you against each other and send the message that there's not room enough for everyone at the table. Don't play into this. In the words of Sheryl Sandberg, author of Lean In, when women work together, we can accomplish amazing things. This is a lesson you have learned well at Westover. Bring it with you to the greater community. Graduates, as strong, humane, compassionate women of Westover, I can't wait to see how you will change this world you inherit. We need you. And remember, the future of the planet lies with the women of the world. Congratulations, and thank you.
Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any virtue, if there is any praise, think on these things. These things which you have learned and received and heard and seen, these things do. And the God of peace will be with you and remain with you always. Amen.